being in the presence of Diddy. Always cool being at Diddy's parties. I have never been involved or seen any of his quote-unquote freak-offs. I always knew when it was time to go home. That this is a machine coming after this dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and I said this publicly, and now for the first time I'm going to say this on my podcast, I think it's Diageo.
Really?
Diageo is f***ing powerful. These people put money behind political campaigns. They're the second or the third largest alcohol distribution company in the world. Right, and Suntory is one of them too.
Yeah.
But Diageo are big.
Ed Lover speaks up in Diddy's defense. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So the people are coming out to defend Diddy finally. We've had Slim Thug, we've had Uncle Luke, a few others on a subtle level, but not many. But now we got Ed Lover. Ed Lover and Diddy have been friends for a long time. Well, if not friends, industry friends at least. And he's echoed a lot of people's suspicions that there is a greater, more richer power that's behind all these accusations coming to the forefront about Diddy. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't heard this viewpoint until recently, but it's somewhat sounding kind of feasible. Anyway, people, I've got the audio for you right now. Check out the clip.
But I've known Diddy for well over 30 years. And all I could go by is how Diddy treated me. We're always respectful, always cool. We were supposed to do some business together that didn't pan out. But we've always been cool all the time. Always Playboy this, Playboy that. The funny thing is, I have Diddy with my sign, original sign, doing, come on, son.
I think I see that.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me. So I got Diddy with the come on, son sign. So it's always cool being in the presence of Diddy. Always cool being at Diddy's parties. I have never been involved or seen any of his quote unquote freak offs that people are saying that he had. I was never a part of that. I always knew when it was time to go home. But it's somebody, I believe what I just saw Uncle Luke say earlier today, that this is a machine coming after this dude.
Yeah. Like,
I think, and I said this publicly, and now for the first time I'm going to say this on my podcast, I think it's Diageo.
Really?
Diageo is f***ing powerful. These people put money behind political campaigns. They're the second or the third largest alcohol distribution company in the world. Right, and Suntory is one of them too.
Yeah.
But Diageo are big. Puff made a lot of money for Diageo and with Diageo with Ciroc. Ciroc became so big that Diageo was fine with people thinking it was Puffy's liquor and never was.
Yeah.
Then here comes the De Leon.
The De Leon.
Right. And De Leon comes out, and then they buy Casamigos from George Clooney and them for $400 million. So of course, if I just spent $400 million or something, or however much they gave George Clooney's partner, I'm going to start pushing that.
Yeah.
And De Leon kind of got pushed on the back burner. And then Puff all of a sudden decides to sue them for racial discrimination. All of this shit comes out right after that. Right after the Cassie case came up, then all the other cases from the Adult Survivors Act in New York came up. Now the kid Lil Rod, who's supposed to be a videographer or a producer, produced on his last album, or his shit is coming up. He's suing everybody. All of this shit is coming right after he said, Diageo, y'all racially discriminated against me and tried to sue him. We know how a lot of people feel about black people.
Yeah. When
you get money with them and they getting a lot of money, you got to always remember in their eyes and in the back of their minds, you ain't nothing but a and that's all you ever going to be. I don't give a how much money you worth. To me, you and don't get out of pocket. Why did all this stuff start happening? Right with the Diageo, to me, this shit is written on the wall, plain to see for anybody to see. That there's somebody that got some money or put in their foot in Puff's ass. I'm telling you, he had to sell his shares of Revolt. He has no ownership of Revolt no more.
No, I know he doesn't.
His reputation as a businessman is shot. He'll never get another distribution deal. Bad Boy Records, for the most part, are done. It's done, babe. It's done. Somebody out there Puff worse than they tried to Russell Simmons. This is the thing where people are failing to realize where everything, all the raids and all that, Puff has yet to be arrested. He has not been arrested, but he's being vilified, and he hasn't been formally charged with any crime.
I think they just want to ridicule him and bring him down to nothing.
But why? Why, babe, here's my shit. There
It's
have been
fucked up.
several radio corporations
Yeah.
that shall remain nameless, and I know who they are, you do too, because I told you, that have stopped playing Puff's music.
Yeah.
Don't play his drops. Don't play him in the mix. Don't do anything. Let me play the devil's advocate for a second if I can. Why isn't any streaming services taking Harvey Weinstein shit down?
Exactly.
He was over in New Line. If that's the
Exactly.
case, then you can't play Who's the Man no more.
Why are we worrying about Puff at this time right now? You need to be going up in Nickelodeon.
You
Okay?
talk, right?
Oily, and you need to be in Nickelodeon. The shit that they've been doing for years to these children. Children.
Right.
That's where you need to be.
Puff, to me, is being vilified to keep our stupid ass black minds off of what we should be paying attention to, and that's this election. And that is these Senate seats and these congressional seats that is going to shape what America is for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And we're too busy worrying about Diddy do it. And let me tell you something, you know, as much as I love 50, I think 50 is stepping over the line now. I really do. Funny is funny. I even do my 3 random facts on my Ed Lover experience. I even had a random fact that said the federal government ran up in Diddy's house, his LA mansion and his Miami mansion. And then I repeat it, and then I do the punchline. And the punchline was they found something everybody been looking for. Farnsworth Bentley. But he's kicking the shit out this nigga while he's down.
Yeah, fam. So Diddy sued these guys at one point. Even though they resolved it outside of court, these guys are apparently going after Diddy anyway. In a way, it doesn't make sense, because if they resolved the issue, why would they try and destroy Diddy afterwards? But at the same time, did they really settle the issue? We just don't know about some stuff behind the scenes. Nevertheless, very valid points from Ed Lover, and other people have started saying this as well. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there might be something to it, because we all knew Diddy did some real freaky stuff in these parties, but the ways things are coming out about with men and all sorts of women and escorts and all sorts, it's a bit more than we can handle. Pause. Anyway, people, I want to know what you lot think about what Ed Lover had to say. Do you agree or disagree? And what parts do you agree or disagree? And if you want, add a little comment about what you think about Diddy, as it's changed your perspective on the guy. Leave a comment below, people. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Daily content on this channel. Alright? It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.